Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Woodworking 101. And today I'm joined by Cody Disney. He's an amateur woodworker, and he's been gracious enough to invite us into his shop. Thank you for doing this interview with me.
It's my pleasure, sir.
All right, we'll get right into it. So, how long have you been woodworking for?
I've been doing this about 5-6 years. Well, professional, or not, like more of a hobby type deal. I've been more about that. I've always been interested all my life into woodworking and stuff, but more into it in the last 5 or 6 years or so. I've been really getting into it more.
Awesome. Well, are you self-taught, or did you have a mentor?
I am more or less self-taught, more than really had a mentor. It was just something I really looked at, and I was like, man, that was kind of fun. Started watching, honestly, shows you how millennial I am. It was just more YouTube videos than when I was younger too, but also just kind of here and there kind of things. So I just kind of thought it was kind of cool. I remember when I was a kid making like sticks and stuff like that into like swords and stuff, and it just kind of grew on as I got older and longer into my life and that stuff.
Awesome. What would you consider to be some of the essential tools in your shop?
So essentials, like I know this is going to sound really crazy because this is just kind of simple. Measuring tools. Make sure you have sorry, my mind just went blank. Make sure you have a measuring tape and stuff like that, because the first thing before you start cutting, you got to measure. If you don't know what you're measuring, you're going to mess up your work. Everything is essential. That is your biggest essential tools. Measuring tapes, all that stuff. Make sure measuring is your first thing to really help you through the next steps and stuff like that.
Fair enough. So, when you first started, what were some of the big mistakes you made?
So the first mistakes I made when I first started was I would just basically once I kind of measured out and everything else, I would just start putting the pieces together without realizing like, hey, maybe I need to like adjust, make sure that this is right. So basically dry assembly, essentially, just where you stick the stuff together, make sure it works right, make sure you got the right things cut, right pieces done together, and then once that happens, then you can use clamps and stuff like that to make sure everything holds together and you got what you're looking for. So that way, if you have to, it's easier to always come back and be able to come back and start over again than if you already glued it and everything else. That makes it very hard at that point to do that.
Yeah, very much so. What were some of the things you wish you knew when you first started?
Some of the things I wish I knew whenever I started really getting into it, I kind of wish I understood how wood works. Like when I say wood works, I'm talking about like, little things, like how it works, like if you're going to have an outdoor thing, how the season is going to affect it, how this is going to affect it, how this, if you're going to be working indoors, even indoors, humidity, stuff like that can affect certain things. Depends on what you're building, what you're looking for, and everything else.
Awesome. What keeps you coming back to woodworking?
So what keeps me coming back to woodworking is it's just a fun thing. Like no matter what, even if it's not something you want to do professionally, like for money and all, it's still fun. Especially, I haven't really got into it yet, but like carving into certain things, like super carving, like intricate stuff, like there's so much you can do with wood. There's so much fun things, interesting things, and pretty much anybody can really get into it, even if the most basic level stuff.
Awesome. All right, final question. Do you have any advice for someone who's maybe curious to get into woodworking?
Yeah, just start small. Like figure out what you kind of like, get an idea of things that you would like, and be able to start from there. Like be like, oh, okay, cool. I kind of want to build, even if it's something simple like a picture frame. Like something like that, build you like maybe picture frames and stuff. That saves you money than having to go out and get one at Michael's or something like that. But start it small and then figure out if this is something you're passionate about and then go further from there.
Awesome. Well, Cody, thanks again for bringing us into your shop. That was a great interview. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, thank you.